I'd like to start this discussion with this picture of Mont Saint Michel in France, which is one of the most beautiful, inspiring, and I do even say spiritual places I've had the good fortune to visit. And the talk today is going to be on the categories of sag, and we're talking about sag of the breast. And there are different causes for sag, and the most common cause is pregnancy. And some women, after being pregnant, whether it's one child or many children, will have sag of the breast. And another common cause is significant weight loss, and that's what's meant to be illustrated by this picture of a woman in really large jeans. Another cause is when someone has excessively large breasts. The key there is that the breasts have to be held up in place and balanced by the strength of the tissues. And if a breast is just too large or too heavy, it's pulled out of balance and pulled down. So we're going to just discuss normal breast positioning, and we're using the Venus de Milo as an example of it. And if you look at the nipples are the key and also the fold under the breast. Now the nipples probably are of different height in this statue, and the nipples in both cases are above the fold under the breast, so there's no sag present here. So sag is when the nipples have dropped down and they are measured beneath the fold in the breast. There are different categories of sag, and this is the key point of this little discussion. If the sag is less than 1.5 centimeters, it's considered minor sag. If it's 1.5 to 4 centimeters, it's considered intermediate sag. And if it's more than 4, it's considered major sag. So why is that important? And I'm just going to use an example. Let's say someone comes in, a young lady, and she's had 3 children, and she wants a breast enlargement. And on measurement and examination of her, it's found that on the right side she has 5 centimeters of sag, and on the left side 4 centimeters of sag. So on both sides that's considered major sag, and in a situation like that she'd need to have a lift first before she could have implants. So sag or no sag can definitely influence recommendations and procedures in breast procedures, the type of procedure that's done. So there are different kinds of sag, both causes of sag, and there's different degrees of sag. Later on, we'll talk about the difference between saggy breasts and deflated breasts.